Hi, I'm Craig Antonio. I'm a senior with communication. I'm here with 940 feet. We'll be talking to Professor Velázquez from Latino Studies. Hi, Professor. I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and what is your area of expertise?
My name is Mirelsie Velázquez. I'm an associate professor in the Department of Latino Studies. I am lucky that I get to teach a little bit about my own community. So I'm a historian of education, but I primarily write about Puerto Ricans in Chicago.
Okay. What do you find the most fascinating about Latino Studies as a field of study here?
I think the fact that we are not only one of the foundational departments across the Midwest, but the fact that we're always thinking about how to re-engage with our scholarship so that it remains innovative, right? And so the fact that I, as a historian, get to work alongside my colleagues who are in anthropology, in English, and community health, forces us to always be in conversation with one another, right? So our work is interdisciplinary, and that's just not by word, right? We're actually engaging in conversation with one another. There's not a lot of spaces that you get to do that type of work.
Okay. What inspires you most about working with students?
I love the fact that I have such a long history with this campus. I'm a 3-time alum at the University of Illinois. And so when I'm in conversation with them, it reminds me of what it felt like for me to be a student on this campus. And so seeing the excitement, seeing how bright, how vulnerable, how much these students are willing to share a little bit about themselves really does inspire me.
Okay. What is your favorite course to teach and why?
Intro to Latino Studies. It's a large survey course, but I love the fact that, one, it forces me to read. So if I teach it, I'm also reading it, right? So I'm also reading alongside students. But I love that for some of these students, just like myself, it's the first time that we see ourselves in these historical texts and these literatures. And so for them to be excited to read themselves, to be talking about their own communities, about their own community histories, to me is so exciting to teach.
Okay. What's a project you're working on right now that you're excited about?
I am working on my second book project, which is a history of Latino activism here at the University of Illinois. So beginning in the 1970s, students on this campus were very active in engaging in conversations about how to create home spaces on this campus so that not only are they surviving, right, or sobrevivencia is the word that we would use in Spanish, but that they're thinking about how we're going to move these institutions forward, right? And so I'm working in a department that comes from that history of activism. And so I'm really excited about being able to do that work because I feel like it's a gift back to my community.
Oh, it's awesome. With everything going on in the world, why study Latino Studies? Why is it especially important right now?
I think no matter what field students are interested in going into after they leave the University of Illinois, there's going to be a way in which they're going to be engaging with this population, right? And so I think right now, especially when we're thinking about the political, social, cultural movement that we're living in, I think it's even more important to understand who our community members are, who our neighbors are, right? And how we think about how we are in better relationship and conversation with them.
Okay. What's one piece of advice you'd give yourself or your 18-year-old self?
Aside from study more, I would tell myself to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask for help and to really think about the different ways across this campus that you can find community, that you can think about how to be a better, not just a better student, but a better community member here.
Okay. Describe U of I in 3 words. Green,
innovative, and home.
Okay. If you were to give a campus tour, what is one must-see place and what would include?
Japan House, because you'll forget that you're actually on this campus.
Okay. What's the best kept secret on campus?
The Department of Latino Studies. There's a class there that I guarantee will be interesting to anyone on this campus.
Okay. Coffee or tea? Where would you get it?
Coffee at Cafe Paradiso.
Okay. What is your favorite place to eat on campus?
Red Herring. And part of that is because it's right next door to the Department of Latino Studies, but also because it has become a community space.
Okay. Campus squirrels, overrated or underrated?
Underrated.
Okay. The last question, orange or blue?
Orange.
Okay. I appreciate your time today, Professor, and for answering all my questions.
Thank you for spending your day with me.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.